I'm Sombeii, and today we're going through what is the best race in Baldur's Gate 3. Now, there's so many different races and they all have different bonuses. There's no wrong answer. This is just to maximize fun or gameplay mechanics. Okay, the first one, the Dragonborns. Besides their appearance, they don't have any relations to dragons. They look like dragons, have dragon-like abilities, but they're not dragons. So playing a draconic sorcerer Dragonborn is kind of hilarious. They come in all different sorts of flavors and sizes. They have dragon breath and resistant to damage of that element. Their bonuses suck, but their appearance is incredibly metal. Unfortunately, they don't have any
voice that matches their body, really.
They sound like every other character in this game. So I'm gonna put them just in C list. That's exactly where they belong, if you ask me. For roleplay, incredibly cool. For actual mechanics, pretty low. Next up, the Drow. They're the Dark Elves. They're pretty badass, kind of. They have a whole society based off cheating, killing, lying, manipulating. Some people find it tedious. Some people love it. Goddess Lothal. I can't pronounce Lothal very well. It seems like a tricky word for me. So these LOL Drows, they have a lot of dialogue options, actually. Someone pulled all the data from the game and compiled this list of all of the dialogue options for each race. Now, the humans are the most basic race in the game. They have the least amount of dialogue options related to their race. You're the most plain thing in a fantastical world. Oddly enough, most people who play the game go for human. Completely at the bottom end of the spectrum, with Githyanki being at the very top of the list by a pretty significant margin. So Drow usually take up the top four. They're in the top four for sure. They look cool as They come from a brutal society. They don't mind cutting a bit. For all those reasons, S tier, incredibly badass. The Celadrine Drow, or the Sardine Drows, they turned away from the LOL Drow society. They didn't like all the backstabbing. They didn't like following Loth. They wanted to follow Selene, the goddess of the moon, or whatever. They're trying to live their own lives without all the viciousness behind it. As Drows, they have some pretty dope abilities, and they're definitely going into A tier. And why they're in A tier and why the LOL Drows are in S tier, it's because the LOL Drows are more metal. Plain and dry. The LOL Drows will cut a bit. They will eat your babies. The Celadrine Drows, not so much. They're trying to be more cool, but they still have that background of violence. So don't mistake it. They will cut you if they have to, which is one of the reasons they're in A tier. Next up, we have the Dwarf, my favorite dwarf choice. First of all, I am biased. I fucking love dwarves. They're gonna rank very high in this list. Let me put them down. I'm gonna read their no, not in the F tier. Come on, get out of there. I'm gonna read their racial bonuses. Let me go to dwarves. Once enslaved by eldritch mind flayers, Dwarf adapted to freedom with harsh practicality. Their cold demeanors and gift of stealth are well known throughout the Underdark. Not sold you on the Dwarf yet. I will also like to add to this that they're my favorite race, so S tier, above the Drow. I don't care if they have less dialogue options than the Drow. Yeah, you know what's up. You know what's up. The Gold Dwarves. These dwarves are known for their confidence and keen intuition. The culture of their deep kingdom values family, ritual, and fine craftsmanship. Their racial bonus is you have one extra maximum hit point per level. Pretty awesome if you're making a defense-based class. I fucking love them. A-list. The Shield Dwarves. Great losses in ancient wars against goblins and orcs have led these dwarves to adopt a cynical mindset, but they will endure anything to restore their ancestral homelands. They have an armor proficiency with light armor and medium armor. If you pick a shield dwarf and you choose a class that has nothing to do with defense or combat, you will still be able to equip medium armor and not receive any penalties. So the shield dwarves have extra armor proficiency compared to other dwarves, which could come in handy depending on the class you pick. So B list. To me, they're just the bottom of the dwarf list, but the dwarves are incredibly badass. The elves. We're starting off with the high elves. The problem with the elves is I don't know dick about them. I never played an elf. Heirs on the mystical Feywild. High elves value magic in all its forms, and even those who do not study spellcraft can manipulate the weave. The weave is how people in this universe use magic. Subrace features. Choose one cantrip from the wizard spell list. Note that this means that cantrips use intelligence as a casting stat. They can use Acid Splash, Blade Ward, Bone Chill, Booming Blade. You get the idea. It's all these spells right here. If you're going for a magical class, I think this is the race to be, straight up. If you're like honed in into that specific class, put it on B list. I think B list, the Wood Elves. These elves spend their reclusive lives in Faerun's forest. Decades of training in archery and camouflage are enhanced by an otherworldly swiftness. Fleet of foot, your movement speed is increased by 1.5 meters, an extra 5 feet of movement, which comes in handy on any class, anything you choose, just having extra movement. So if you're going for a rogue, you're going for a fighter, you're going for a, I think any melee oriented class, the Wood Elf might be the way to go. I never played Wood Elf personally, but they seem pretty cool, so I'm gonna put them in A list. Next up, the Githyanki. The Githyanki are badasses, okay? I know a lot of people is like, oh, they're like frogs, or they look funny, their nose is all the way up there instead of down here. They don't have very masculine features because they kind of look long, a little emaciated. Bro, they're fucking badasses. I don't care what you say. With the ruthlessness born from mind flayer enslavement, Githyanki ride the astral sea atop red dragons, bringing their silver swords and psionic might to bear against any trace of the illithid menace. The illithid menace is the mind flayers, which is the weird squid people. About Githyanki. Githyanki are peerless warriors from the astral plane, known for their legendary silver blades and red dragon mounts. They seek the total destruction of the mind flayers, whose ancient empire enslaved the ancestral Gith for millennia. Githyanki has the most dialogue options out of any raisin, period. Githyanki are straight up metal, super badass. Incredible history, incredible dialogue options, pretty fantastic racial bonuses just to like move around the battlefield or just have proficiency in anything you want. S tier, bro. They're chef kiss. Yo, this is me 1 month into the future because it's taken a long ass time to edit this. I got entirely too tipsy filming this originally, so I'm just gonna skip to the end and let you guys know Githyanki was the best race, and then the rock gnomes were the worst. I wish I could show the whole thing, but nobody really watches my videos after 2 minutes, and it's a shit ton of editing. It's already taken me a month to get this far, and I also just make less and less sense. Here's a small clip. I'm gonna lay off the shots for a minute. For the audience, for YouTube, this is for you guys. I wish I would have put this in the freezer because I'm just drinking room temperature vodka. There's nothing wrong with that though. Nothing wrong at all. I'm like flirting with the abyss right now. I can see oblivion. I can taste it. And it's okay. I don't know where I'm going with this, bro. I think I drank too much vodka. I'm getting it sleepy. So yeah, I did that for me. It wasn't for YouTube or the audience. The rest of the video does not make too much sense, but overall, this is the list right here. Githyanki at the very top, rock gnomes at the very bottom, everyone else really just in the middle. But you know, it's an RPG game. You can play whatever you want, however you want. If you're in the top 2% that made it this far into the video, first of all, thank you for sticking around this long. And also, just like and subscribe. Thank you for sticking around. Check out another video or review. I'll catch you in the next one.